Michael, let's talk about, a whirlwind a week for you in a sense, to say the least.
Yes, that's kind of putting it mildly, and because I was watching television very late on Friday night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, and we got a message that there'd been on CNN, that there'd been an enormous earthquake in Nepal, and I knew that my partner, Beverly, was in the earthquake zone, very close to the epicenter. And then we went through several days where we had heard nothing. There was no communication. Everything north of Kathmandu, there was just dead silence. And the roads were all impassable, and we couldn't get any touch with her. But it turned out that she had been on a trek up to a national park called Langking. She was up there. They got her on a bus. They started heading south. They had to keep getting out of the bus to walk because the roads were so bad. They had to keep listening for landslides because landslides are around, and the bus in front of her, a big boulder came loose, came down, hit the bus in front of her, and people were killed. So she finally got down to, I think the place is called Chetwin. It's another little village. There she's got accommodation. She has some food and water. What she really was impressed with was the Nepalese guide that was with her. They have a tradition that if you're in their care, they stay in your care, and the poor man, he's lost his house, but he stayed with Beverly right till he knew she was safe, and he just wasn't going to let her be by herself. So currently she's still in the little village. The next question is how to get her to a place that has air service. There was a Canadian flight that's going out tomorrow for the Canadian government's doing, but whether she can get to Kathmandu in time to catch that plane, we don't know. And so we're just going to do the best we can and see what we can do to get her out of Nepal. Not that people in Nepal haven't been wonderful, but I mean, the country is devastated. Food and water are short. A lot of people have no homes. And it's best just that she comes home by the best way we can.
When you heard her voice or see her message, how did you hear about that she was safe?
I'm sure you probably heard me as far away as Edmonton. I got the message about 2 o'clock in the morning. And then at first, you kind of go, well, did I really understand this or not? And then I was on my way to my forum at the Golden Circle when I got a phone call from the wife of Beverly's business partner. And I don't know if I should admit this, but I'm shaving to get to the forum. The cell phone rings, and I knew it would be important, so I'm talking on the cell phone. The razor broke. I pulled up at the forum. I go rushing in so I don't miss the forum, and when I come back out, the keys are still in the ignition, but the security lock is engaged, and I couldn't get the vehicle started to leave to go on to the next thing. So was I tracking? No. But it all worked out in the end. We got the car started. I don't care about the razor, and the most important thing is that we're going to get Beverly home, and but it also is a reminder with the fellow that's helped her. There are where she is. There are still an awful lot of people, foreign tourists who are still trapped in those foothills. They're also desperately trying to get word out that they're okay, and also then there's all the Nepalese people. I mean, they've lost their homes, they've lost their livelihoods. Beverly will get home and she'll have family that love her and will take care of her. For the Nepalese, I hope people really remember them because they've got a very grim, probably several years ahead of them, and it's just very tragic.
What do you want to say to those people that you've been in touch with since the news, and a lot of people have been come to your support and come?
Yeah, one of the best things is contact the SOS Center. That's the one, the federal government. Lots of people like to bash government assistance centers. This one is terrific. They phoned me this morning to tell me when the government planes were flying out of Kathmandu. Whether Beverly can get there in time to catch one of them, I don't know yet, but they've been phoning, they've been sending emails and updates, and the International Red Cross, you just can't criticize them. I mean, they're right in there. They're doing what they can. They're really, really helpful. And then the third group is there's a group of paramedics from Calgary, and they've been phoning up and they've been doing things. And I think there's a special breed when you talk about paramedics because, I mean, they're scattered across the world, but they're like a brotherhood or sisterhood across the country. And they've been right there, and they've been phoning, and they've been offering great advice, and they've been doing things that they can overseas to help, and just so incredibly grateful.
And the friends and family around here that have been communicating through Facebook and this.
Well, yesterday afternoon I said I had about 2,100 emails of support and advice and best wishes. I think last night, by the time I finally went to bed, it was well over 3,000, and I don't know how many there are now. And that's not counting the fact that I've been deleting as fast as I can. So we've had wonderful support. People have just been wonderful.